Hello everyone, welcome to part 14 of module 5 data communication. With this we are actually going to wind up our discussion on module 5 as a whole, and this is actually a continuation of the previous part also. So before watching the part 14, yeah, you must watch part 13, otherwise you can't continue, because we will be quoting some example from the previous part, and we will continue our discussion. Just because if I'm adding this also, the overall video length will be high, that is why I thought of breaking at this point. And we are going to make some very important observations with respect to our example, and see these observations are having very rigorous proof and all, and we don't want that proof everything in detail. So that is why from example we are trying to generalize, we are trying to observe. So be give some more attention at this point. And that observation is something very important, because in your if you higher semesters also, when you are learning this advanced course, so that this is something you have to take from this module. Okay. And the detailed proof, if you are interested, you can see, I think in that Stalin's textbook, normal textbook which are given, it is not given, but they are giving reference where you have to refer for more detailed proof about it. So anyway, for from my point of view, I will be from that example I am trying to generalize that example, that's all. So this is an example we are taking in our last part. Like we have a 2-bit data block with which is some 4 combinations are possible, and 5-bit code word we taken. Out of that 32 combinations are possible, and 4 of that 32 we taken as a valid code mapping for the 4 combinations of the 2-bit. So this is a mapping we done, and with respect to that we saw what will happen for the remaining 28 invalid code word. We calculated that minimum Hamming distance, and we concluded like all 1-bit error can be corrected, and 2-bit error can be detected but cannot be corrected. Okay. Now we are going to see this in a different angle. What we are going to see, we are going to find out the pairwise distance, in the sense wherever we are using the term distance, it is Hamming distance only, because we are talking about that only between valid code words. So this is a different angle. What we are doing, we have 4 valid code words. So how many combinations are there? I mean 4Z2 combination. Take also those 4Z2 combination for all these 4Z2, that is 6 pairs, and find out the Hamming distance between them. And you can see that if I am taking the first one and second one, how many bits are disagreeing is 3, and the second one, and some randomly like 6 combination we taken, like first, second, first, third, like that you calculate. This may be asked in your question also, and given a code word of say 4 code words, or less or more than this, and they may ask you what is the find out the minimum Hamming distance of it. Okay, so here you are to find out the minimum, you have to find out the pairwise Hamming distance between all valid code words, and what is the minimum value of this 3. So that is the observation. You can see that the minimum distance between any valid code word in the example which we taken is 3. Now how you are going to relate this 3 with the error detection and correction capability of this scheme, that is important. That is observation we have. In the previous example we saw that this particular code is able to correct all 1-bit error. Now that how does that 1 is related to 3, you can see that that is actually 2 into 1 plus 1, like that. And it can detect all 2-bit error. Now this minimum distance is found to be 2 plus 1. So at this point you generalize, it is like this. If we have a t, some t bits error correction capability for our coding scheme, t bit error correction. For t bit error correction, the minimum Hamming distance has to be 2t plus 1. So that is a formulation we are having, and that we are generalizing from this example, but it is not the good way to generalize from an example, but it may be different for a different example. But I am telling you, it is having a rigorous proof also. So just that proof itself somewhat complicated for you if you want to study, but for more interest you can do more study on it, that is fine. But from it is not possible for us to cover that proof everything in our course. So what we are just looking at the final observation only. So I am telling you that the observation is like, if you want to have a coding scheme which is capable of correct t bits of error, the minimum Hamming distance of that coding scheme should be in such a way that it should be 2t plus 1. Okay. In our case, t is equal to 1. 1 bit, single bit error is our coding scheme is capable of correcting. So the minimum Hamming distance is found to be 2 into 2t plus 1, 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3. Similarly for detecting but not correcting, okay, t bit errors, the minimum Hamming distance has to be t plus 1, just t plus 1. For correction it has to be 2t plus 1, for detection it has to be t plus 1, okay. So in our example, all 2 bit errors we were able to detect but not correct, so the minimum Hamming distance is found to be 2 plus 1. So it is going with that. So anyway, I am not able to write here 2t plus 1 for minimum Hamming distance should be 2t plus 1 for t bit correction, t plus 1 for t bit same t bit detection but not correction, okay. So that is the idea, that is what we are going to generalize. So therefore a single bit error will result, why it is so, because if we have a single bit error, we got an invalid scheme with some pattern other than this 4, that means any of the 28 scheme we got an invalid scheme. For example, in the previous example we taken an invalid code scheme to be 00100, that is invalid, right, 00100. So and you find that the minimum distance of that is with this code word and the original was 00, like that we calculated in our previous part. Now if it is a single bit error, just like 00100 minimum, what you can see that one bit error it is showing with one of the valid code word, okay, and because you can uniquely trace them, and with the all the remaining one, that means once you reach the invalid code word is just observe here and try to understand by yourself. The invalid code word is found to be 00100, and for 00100 to be this, the middle bit has to be changed. That means one bit change is enough for us to jump from the invalid code word to this code word. Now from this code word to jump to any other code word, the minimum distance is found to be 3, okay. So the minimum distance is found to be 3 in the sense at least 2 more bit change has to occur, because already 1 bit error is to reach here, then from here to anyone else, if you are thinking in that way or directly. So the conclusion is like if the invalid bit is having a single bit change from that, then for that invalid code word it will be showing that single bit error uniquely or exactly with only one of the valid code word, and with the remaining one it will be having a distance that is at least 2, okay. And therefore means it will be having showing a distance of means some 2 jumps. Therefore a single bit error will result in an invalid code word, that is distance 1 from the original valid code word. In our example, just compare with the example, otherwise it will be confusing for you. Invalid code word is 00100, and that is showing distance 1, minimum distance as 1 from the original valid code word as which is this one, all zeros, but a distance of at least 2 from all other valid code words. With respect to all other valid code words, it will have a distance of at least 2 in the sense because with one distance it can reach here, from here to here it need a distance of distance between here to here is found to be 3. So from the original one to any one of one, because minimum we are having 3 as the distance, right? From the original one to any one of these 4 combination, 3 combination other than the correct one, we need a jump of 2 jump equivalently a minimum distance of 2. So like that they are saying. Anyway, that is actually they are trying to give a glimpse on the actual proof of it. That is not needed. You can simply understand like the minimum distance is found to be 3, so it can correct all 1 bit error, and it can detect all 2 bit error. For example, the minimum distance is found to be 5, then it can correct all 2 bits error, because 2t plus 1, 2 into 2 plus 1 is 5, right? And also it can detect but not correct up to 4 bit error. So even though it is a correction scheme, compared to the other detection scheme, it is showing a very good percentage of detection, even though it is not able to correct. So that is a specialty here. So as a result, a code can always correct a single bit error, that is the conclusion, but it can detect a double bit error. So from this, for single bit error correction, 1 bit error correction 1 into 2 plus 1 is 3. For double bit error correction 2 plus 1, that is 3. So t bit like that you can generalize. So generalizations are given here. That is what I told you. We have a detailed proof for it. For a given positive integer t, if a code satisfies that the minimum Hamming distance of the code as a whole is greater than or equal to some 2t plus 1, then the code can correct all bit errors up to t. For a correction of up to t bits error, this is the criteria we want. Similarly, if it is I taken the formula like 2t plus 1 for t bit error correction. If it is found to be 2t, then it can correct up to t minus 1 errors. All errors less than or equal to t minus 1 bits can be corrected, and errors of t bits can be detected but not corrected in general. Okay. Conversely, any code, because the same relation they are putting in different way, just taken from the textbook and I pasted here. Any code for which all errors of magnitude less than or equal to t minus 1 are corrected and all errors of magnitude up to t are detected must satisfy that the d min should be greater than or equal to 2t. Okay. Same thing put in a different way. Another way of putting the relationship between d min and t is to say that the maximum number of guaranteed correctable errors per code word satisfies a relation. The d min minus 1 by 2, floor of that. For example, in the previous example it was 3 minus 1, 2 by 2 is 1 bit error. Okay, so how many guaranteed error correction is possible? The minimum Hamming distance minus 1 by 2, floor of that, and that many correction of bits are possible. In our example it is 3 minus 1 by 2, that is 1 bit error. And then given the Hamming distance, the detection t bits are error can be detected but not corrected, provided that t is equal to d min minus 1. In our example it was 3 minus 1, that is 2 bit. So 2 bit can be bit errors can be detected but not corrected. Okay, so simply take that the last portion, this conclusion, what is the minimum Hamming distance of your code as a whole. From that you may be they may be asking you to conclude how many bits can be corrected as well as how many bits can be bit error can be detected but not corrected. The answer is, what is the minimum Hamming distance? Minus 1 by 2. That many bit errors, up to that bit errors can be corrected, and that d min minus 1, up to that bit errors can be detected but not corrected. So that is the power of our error correction block code. Okay, that about the conclusion that we can make from our example. So go through that example, the second part 13 in detail, and after that come to this, so that everything will be clear for you. Just to take that the final conclusion. So accordingly you have to design your coding schemes. It is not a random mapping between the 2 bits to 5 bit. We are choosing our mapping in such a way that we are trying to maximize the minimum Hamming distance. So as you, in our example it was minimum Hamming distance was 3, so that we can correct only 1 bit error and detect up to 2 bit errors. But if you are making your scheme in such a way that the minimum Hamming distance is increased to say 5, then you can correct up to 2 bit errors, 2 bit correction, that is we already seen 1 bit error correction code. For 2 bit error correction code, it should have minimum Hamming distance of 2t plus 1, that is 5. And the next level of benefit is it can detect but not correct up to 4 bit error. 4 plus 1 is found to be 5. So that about in between some disturbances. So block code design consideration in general. So we are just finding up at this point for a given values of n and k, or for a given block code n comma k, we would like the largest possible value of d min. Always ensure that we have this d min to be okay, sorry. So block code design consideration in general, for a given value of n and k, we would like the largest possible value of d min. So that is on consideration, like in our previous example it was 3. If we can make it 5, then you can go up to 2 bit error correction and up to 4 bit error detection. So that is one thing. Now the second thing, as usual, the code should be relatively easy to encode and decode. So that is the general consideration for detection as well as correction scheme, requiring a minimal memory and processing time. So that is a general observation. Now we would like the number of extra bits n minus k, that is the check bits which we are adding, to be as small as possible to reduce the bandwidth requirement, because for every block of k bits, this n minus k is found to be a kind of overhead bits, right? Simply you are appending it and you are sending it just for the error correction and detection purpose, but it is not conveying any valid information. So try to make it as minimum as possible. We would like the number of extra bits n minus to be k to be large to reduce the error rate. So you can observe that if you make this in our previous example 2 bit to 5 bit mapping, where 3 bits of check bits we added. If it is more than that, definitely its error correction efficiency will be high, or you can reduce the error to reduce the error rate. Okay, more possibilities can be detected by it, but at the same time we want this extra bits n minus k to be minimum to reduce the bandwidth. So at the same time we want this to be minimum and maximum. Why we want it as minimum? Because we are worrying about the bandwidth requirement, and we want this as to be maximum. Then only we can design a more efficient scheme with the maximum or with the minimum error rate. Okay, so clearly the last two objectives are conflicting, and trade-off must be made between them when we move on to the actual design of a particular system. Okay, that's all. With this we will wind up our discussion on module 5. So module 5, let me just give a summary on it. We started our discussion with what called as a synchronization, the problem of synchronization with a particular example, and then we seen two different transmission technique, the synchronous and the asynchronous transmission technique, and you should be able to compare these two. And then in the error control scheme, specifically error detection and correction. Error detection, we saw that parity scheme, CRC scheme, and its detail. And for correction, we have the block code technique principle in general, not in for a particular case. And we saw a detailed example, and how this the last portion what we discussed is how this minimum distance of the coding scheme as a whole is related with the this the error detection and correction capability of this scheme. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can ask any doubt from module 5. You can contact me, or you can ask the doubts during our live discussion session. Thank you.